little less than an hour later, it was time to depart. But Vern was nowhere to be found.
Hurry, Skyfarers! We can't waste it!
The later we got there, the more supplies would be stolen. Vern, I hope you're okay, bud. I was worried out of my mind. But a captain's gotta do what a captain's gotta do.
Goblins? I can't even fight stinking goblins! What good am I? Just a scaredy lizard who brings everybody down. Man, if only I was more like my pal, swinging swords and shooting spells. Then I'd finally be able to help out. Maybe I could have stopped Avia from taking Lyria. Maybe I could have done something. How do you live the skyfaring life without combat skills? Heck, I can't even blow sparks, much less fire. What kind of dragon can't breathe fire? Ha! I tell everybody I'm a cool dragon, but I'm just a faker.
You are unworthy.
You were right, Ed. I'm not worthy. Not worthy of being in the crew. Not worthy of being the captain's best bud.
Oh, finally, here you are! I was looking everywhere for you.
Uh-huh. What did this old dude want with me?
Your captain left you a message. The crew's gone on ahead, but as an indispensable member of the Grand Cipher, they want you with them as soon as possible. And that's an order.
Indispensable? That meant, like, VIP, right? Me? For a second there, I was about to blow it off. Like, yeah, right, my bud's just saying that. But then I remembered, this crew had always kept it real. No lies, no flattery. Yeah, we kicked butt because we believed in one another. These guys were my best friends. And maybe we weren't perfect. I mean, we lost to Id, but my bud put his captain boots on and got right back up and tried again. It was never about swords or magic. It was about always moving forward, never giving up. And more than anything, it was about being there for each other. What was I worrying about? Who cares if I couldn't fight? There are 1,000,002 ways to help on an adventure. I mean, you try questing without a cook or a healer.
Hello? Merchant of Vern, do you read me? If you're done daydreaming now, I've got a ship ready to go.
It was time to get a move on. Sorry, everybody. Your pal Vern.
Okay, people. It's go time!
The supply should be this way. Let's move.
Uh-oh. Our potion stock's running low. We'll be okay against a few goblins, right?
Hopefully. Just don't overdo it. Catch this! Sure hope Vern's okay.
He was really down, wasn't he? Poor Vern.
Get out of our way! We're in a hurry here!
Don't move!
Damn, they're back for more. Right when we were about to cross the finish line.
I see people! Over there, by the supplies! We have to go help them!
Folks doing okay?
Skyfarers! We're feeling better now. We need these supplies to repair Tempio. Please.
I think that was the last of them.
Thank you. You've saved Tempio's future.
Heads up, goblin reinforcements. Just don't quit.
Yeah! Did you miss me? Took me forever to catch up.
Vern, was that an explosive? When did you get bombs?
Here's some more of those stinking gobbles. Can you take them?
Sure can.
Let's even the
Frozen blood. Feel the fun.
Ready to make some music? Always double tap. Come on.
Yikes! Wyverns are coming from above. What's
If those goblins manage to steal any more of the supplies, then the relief effort's good as done. No kidding. They've already hauled half our grain to higher ground.
Higher ground? Sounds like a job for a cool dragon.
That's a great idea, Vern. Put your wings to use.
Are you sure you can manage? What if the goblins spot you?
Piece of cake. I'll be back in 30 seconds or your money back.
Catch this!
Pin her down!
I found some of the stolen supplies. They're safe and sound. Here's the second one. Here, I brought potions. Everyone feeling better?
Thanks, Vern. You're a lifesaver.
Those goblins are getting nasty.
This'll show
For
'em.
their tricks.
Ready yourself! Enchanted land!
Yeah! Got 'em all back! Those stinking gobbos didn't get a single sack!
The enemy have started their retreat. I think the worst has passed.
Thanks to you Skyfarers, Tempeal's finally gonna be rebuilt. We owe you everything.
Vern was the real MVP.
Aw, shucks. I bet you say that to all your lifelong pals.
That worked out! Somehow or other. After we'd secured the supplies, Vern talked about how he didn't think he was good enough for the crew. Obviously, he was the only one that felt that way. I'd always appreciated his support. During fights, he was a supply runner, lookout, and cheerleader. And both on and off the battlefield, he was my courage. But even the best people, and dragons, get discouraged sometimes. I really should have been more vocal about my appreciation. I made sure he knows now. We won the day because he came flying to the rescue. Just like I knew he would.
I'll always be there for you, pal.
He was back to his old self, basking in the praise of the crew. Which caused his ego to swell like a balloon, but hey, who doesn't need a little confidence boost after a dip? And Vern, let me just say it now. I value you, and all the hard work you do. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Hello.
Sometime after our mission in Tempeal, we bumped into the old merchant in Folca.
Well, look who the cat dragged in. Thanks for handling things in Tempeal. You all deserve the best.
Tempeal had been roughed up by Furican's rampage, and all of the locals were busy repairing the damage. The work we did that day had been crucial to those recovery efforts.
Out of curiosity, my young lizard friend, Were you much help to your crew?
Uh-oh. He said the L word. I turned to Vern, ready for his usual furious tagline.
Thanks, Pops. You really helped me see the light.
Huh. This was new. The old man threw an apple to Vern, and they exchanged a nod. Then, without explaining this bizarre bond between them that just came out of the blue, he left.
Does anyone else feel like the space-time continuum just broke?
Io was staring, dumbfounded at the small dragon, who was already happily munching away on a tart Granny Smith. Had he matured? Enough to ignore his most hated of hated insults?
Seriously, this is just too much to believe. He called you a lizard and everything. Maybe the ship will be a little quieter from now on, huh?
Hold it! I ain't no lizard! And don't you say that in front of the apple! What if it hears you?
Maybe he'd get there in another adventure or two.
You think you know the sky and wind, but then you come to a foreign land, where unfamiliar songs on the air beckon you toward the unknown.
Catalina, where do you think this breeze is coming from?
The wind rustled Lyria's hair affectionately as she spoke. From somewhere far, far away. Much time has passed since Lyria and I escaped from the Erste Empire and met the captain in the woods of Zinkenstill. I found myself thankful that the sky has no limit, because no matter how many journeys I've made at her side, there will always be more to look forward to. Lyria and I first crossed paths when I was still a knight of Erste, and she a tool in the Empire's mad experiments on dark essence. So you're Lyria. I was appointed to stay by her side as both captor and guardian. She reminded me of a beautifully crafted puppet, never moving or speaking unless commanded. Her expression was fixed, and her eyes were bright, but cold, as if made of glass. Moved to pity, I wanted at the very least to light a smile on her face, but I may as well have been talking to a doll. I couldn't find the part of her that was alive. It wasn't until many days had escaped us that I realized Lyria was a real girl with a feeling soul. She simply didn't know how to act like one. So, I taught her to laugh when she felt joy and cry when she felt sadness. Through books and reverie, I taught her to long for the outside world. And when colors on a page were no longer enough, I took her hand and led her to the roof of the military base. The illustrations Lyria had seen were lovely, but the sky now stretching above her was boundless and so luminous that it drew forth tears. And finally, her blue eyes shone, as if they were two patches of sky lit by a sun from within her. That sun melted my heart. There, with the open air as our witness, I made her a promise. Someday, we'll sail this endless world together. I swear it. As the bond between us grew, so did the cruelty of the experiments they performed on Lyria. Lyria doesn't belong here. No living creature does. The shining empire I served now became to me a place clouded by doubt. Day after day, a battle raged within me. Between the knight loyal to her flag, and the guardian who wanted to set a sad girl free. Then, one day, a memory of Lyria's response on the roof broke through like a clear ray of light.
Really? You'll show me this endless world?
I had made a vow. There was no more question where my allegiance lay. I took her hand once again. This time, not to simply gaze at the sky, but to leap into it. And I did it for myself, as much as I did it for her. Sometime after the commotion at Tempeal, life in Folca began to struggle towards normalcy. The breeze was soft and welcoming. I'd been blind to the city's charms before, focused as I was on rescuing Lyria from the Church of Avia. The sun watched over the victims of Furikin's rage as they raised new homes for themselves from the rubble. But once scars have set in, they are slow to fade. Here and there, the children of Tempeal labored with tools too large for their hands. I offered my aid, but the children said their work was their responsibility.
As long as you're sure you'll be okay.
Some distance away, a small boy burst into a red-faced fit. Lyria and I rushed over, hoping to be of help.
Don't try and stop me! I have to do this!
He hurled his words like stones as he whipped into a run. Concerned, I asked a nearby man about the boy. He explained that the boy's sister was ill, and the lad was after the remedy, an herb called windcrest. The sickness was assumed to have died out hundreds of years ago, but had now returned to torment the child.
And if that's not enough, I heard the woods where windcrest grows have turned into a monster den.
The boy had struck out alone. Folca had no soldiers to spare, for they were all dispatched to Tempeal for the reconstruction effort. No one was left to answer his pleas. But I would. In my heart, I vowed to bring back the child, and if possible, the herb too. I prayed only that I wasn't too late. I'll take point.
Well, according to that old villager, this is the place we want to be.
Perfect. Keep your eyes peeled for windcrest.
Hey! I think I spy some windcrest!
Earth spirits. Strange. We didn't see any the last time we were here.
Seems like they're attached to the windcrest. Maybe they can feel its power.
Right in the face!
I've got them!
Go time!
Should be more than enough.
But we still haven't located the boy. What? Where is that coming from?
I don't know, but it can't be a good sign. We better hurry.
Let's see what that blade is now!
Always double tap! Get a load of us!
I guess
More
so.
where that came from.
We'll never back down. A golem! So that's what was behind the tremors.
Crap, it spotted us! Get ready for a fight!
Here's a fun...
Ready yourself! I got them! I'll protect you from anything. Winter's Reign!
I heard Hurricane's voice just now. I think that when Hurricane covered this archipelago in storms, some of its power fused with the land. And the monsters.
Exploring with batteries on our tails was so fun! Let's give ourselves some breathing room. Me, can I get some of that hurricane juice too? This golem is up!
We can't afford to let it run free. Not while that boy remains missing.
Sand is hammering me.
Is it safe now? I recognize that voice. With a final death knell, the golem stilled. The boy crawled out from the tall grass, and I pressed the wind crest into his trembling hand.
Wow! Now I can save my sister! You're the best, lady!
He smiled at me, and with a great burden lifted from his shoulders, skipped the whole way back to Folka. As I watched his happy shuffle, I wished more joy and color into his life of toil, which had been covered by the dust of destruction.
Good day. Have a good day. Hello.
We made medicine from the wind crest you picked. The doctor said Hazel looks better every day. This morning, she was able to get out of bed and do some drawing. She loves drawing pictures. Thanks again, Catalina. From Al.
And Hazel.
P.S. Please visit Folka when you have a chance.
Well then, so long.
Skyfarer, you can expect only the best. Temper in your weapons? Always strive to be stronger. Let me show you what my master has taught me. Always strive to be stronger. Got an order for a new weapon? It's complete. Which weapon shall I strengthen? I'll unlock the power with Unlocked. Let me show you what my master has taught me. It can be tempered even more now. Leave it to me. Not bad, is it? Leave it to me. That went well. Thanks for coming. I'm all ear. Sigil enhancement. It's a great success. That went well. Take care.
Need something?
Piloting an airship ain't easy work, but whether it's plotting a windward course or conducting some routine maintenance, you can always count on experience and intuition. Ha! Just a little further! Finally, the Grand Cipher broke through the nebulous shadows and turbulent winds of the Grim Basin, and to greet us on the other end was our reward, the brilliant clear blue. It was a panoramic azure, dappled by silver-white clouds and gleaming from the light of a new day. Always an exhilarating sight to behold. And judging by the cries of celebration starting to spread across the deck, I took it my crewmates would agree. Damn, who'd have ever thought a young dreamer from Port Breeze would make it all the way out to these skies? The Grand Cipher and I, we'd gone through thick and thin together. It's a long story, but it all started on that fateful day I met the captain. I haven't looked back since. Right then, landing maintenance. Fuel stores, full. Engine, all clear. We were ready to disembark into the unknown. What awaited us in the Zega Grande Skydom? As uneasy as I was, I couldn't help but feel a teensy bit giddy with excitement. Ah, the Grand Cipher. Ever since I found her abandoned behind a cliff, it was love at first sight. I was just a kid, but I had lofty dreams of repairing that ramshackle airship and taking her to the skies. Back then, I didn't know the difference between a porthole and port side, but I was determined. I dove into books bigger than my head, and I learned basic airship repair, helmsmanship, the whole kit and caboodle. After a ton of elbow grease, the day had come. The Grand Cypher was finally ready for a test flight. I still remember how my hands trembled as I grabbed the rudder. And wouldn't you know it, she actually lifted off the ground for me. Nothing quite like watching your first love take to the skies, is there? But before I could take it all in, my dreams came crashing down. I mean, literally. The Grand Cypher sunk like a damn meteor. 100 different things could have caused it, but that didn't matter. Years of work went kaput in the blink of an eye. Betrayed by the very skies I longed for. I was crushed. Looking back now, it sounds stupid, I know, but it really felt like I had nothing to live for. I put all my hopes into that hunk of scrap. Laugh if you want, but some pits are too deep to crawl out of. Especially when you look up for freedom and all you see is the expansive crystal blue of your tormentor. Don't worry, my pity party wouldn't last for too much longer. You see, my dreams had crashed like a meteor.
But ironically enough, it was the meteoric rise of the Erste Empire that would bring the captain into my life. Salvation. Just as I'd given up on flying, the Erste Empire had arrived in Port Breeze, and they were hell-bent on exploiting our local protector, the primal beast of wind, Tiamat.
Their twisted machinations caused her to go on a rampage. Port Breeze was in peril. Fortunately, we had an ace up our sleeve. Lyria. Thing is, Lyria needed to get close to Tiamat, which meant we had to go up. And to go up, we needed to fly. Thought I'd already closed that chapter of my life when the skies betrayed me, but lives were on the line.
Quick, get on the Grand Cypher!
I don't know what got into me. She fell once before. Hell, I knew she might fall again. Nothing like a healthy fear of death to keep you grounded, eh? But the people of Port Breeze and my new crewmates had entrusted their fates to my piloting skills. My own fear was insignificant. All I needed to do was trust myself too. It's a damn shame it took me this long. But I'm back now, and ready to face the skies if you'll have me. As the Grand Cypher's engine purred to life, I knew I would no longer be encumbered by fear. I gripped the mast with pride as I set our course directly above to the rampaging Tiamat. Lyria quelled the primal beast, and catastrophe had been averted. Not to mention, I could finally dream again. Ever since that day, I've been the helmsman for the Grand Cypher and its crew. It's been one hell of a ride. I've since formed a pact with good old Tiamat and made amends with the shipwright Primal who built the Grand Cypher, Noah. So, Zega Grande Skydom might be uncharted territory, but my role remains the same. See our crew arrive safely, no matter the destination. And that includes Estalucia. Some folks might call reaching the end of the skies an impossible dream, but I ain't too worried. With the Grand Cypher as our wings, anything's possible. Call it a side effect of being a helmsman, but my ears tend to laser in on any talk of airships. Then again, damn near anybody could have heard this guy shouting.
No! No! You can't do this! She's still skyworthy! She can still fly!
A distraught man was making a scene outside. 3 seemingly unfazed onlookers surrounded him. Between all the belly aching, I pieced together the man's story. He was an engineer. Was upset that an airship called the Nautilus was set to be decommissioned. His 3 friends, meanwhile, were telling him to see reason, that an old ship like that would be more useful as scrap. Reminded me of the Port Breeze days, back when my own dreams seemed like unscalable walls. The 3 onlookers were a young helmsman, a young mechanic, and an older merchant. They presented a unified front against the engineer, countering each of his arguments threefold whenever he opened his mouth to protest. As much as I wanted to help the guy, the trio were speaking the truth. Repairing the damn thing would cost buckets of rupees, and you can't fix an airship on gumption alone. Trust me, I've tried. Them's the breaks, kid.
I turned to leave. None of my business, right? But dumb old me, I had to pause as my ears caught what he said next.
We made a pact, didn't we? Don't you remember? The Nautilus. You promised that we would take her to the skies.
He could barely hold it together. You could hear it in his voice. The desperation as he clung to a quickly fading dream. It was a feeling all too familiar to me.
I mean, sure, the Nautilus may be old, but she's got plenty of potential. She could easily outpace any other cargo ship in the fleet. At least 3 times faster!
Found the poor bastard blathering his woes at a tavern in Folca. The seat next to his happened to be conveniently open, so I took it. Without so much as asking my name, he launched into story after story. It was clear he still needed to vent. Apparently, he just recently started his career as an engineer. Planned on restoring the Nautilus. It would revitalize the local economy, help Folca this, assist Temple that. He went on and on. But I knew he wasn't going to feel better until he confronted the actual issue at hand. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great you want to help your home like this, but that's not the real reason you're upset, is it?
That obvious, huh? I, made a promise to my friends. One day we'd fly our beloved Nautilus across the skies together.
But the ship in question was long past its heyday and had deteriorated beyond the point of conventional repair. Time is a cruel but patient mistress, and among the original Nautilites, only Kent had yet to accept reality. After he finished his explanation, silence fell between us. Well, until another man frantically stumbled into the tavern. I'd seen him somewhere before. Oh yeah, one of the naysayers from earlier, the merchant.
Somebody help! Anybody! Monsters are ransacking my precious cargo!
I was torn. Do my civil duty as a skyfarer and save the cargo, or help this ass determined to crush the dreams of my newfound friend? So, I asked Kent.
What? Of course you should help him!
Not a moment's hesitation from the kid. I liked that. This would have been the perfect moment to ensure the continued survival of the Nautilus, at least in the short term. But despite that, Kent didn't think twice about helping his fellow man. Hell yeah, Kent. I'll see what I can do.
Well, another day, another dime.
According to the merchant, our destination should be around here. I just hope there's anything left to save. Let's get moving. Goblins? What the hell are they doing here? Don't say we didn't warn you. This should do the trick. Not bad, if I say so myself. Now then, where were we? That must be the cargo we're looking for. Cargo's safe and sound. Maybe. Looks like it's been rummaged through.
Watch out, Rackham! We've got goblins and wyverns on our trail!
It'll take more than that to dupe us.
Here goes! Run this way!
Things are about to get dicey. Just don't let them get close to the cargo.
I've got them!
Wait the eye!
There's still more of them! Stay sharp, everybody!
Wait the eye! Here, have the whole magazine! Go time!
Pin them down!
Take that!
You're finished!
Go time!
Is
that all? Way the eye!
Meet your end!
Way the eye!
Let's kick it up a notch!
So the big shot finally decided to show up, huh?
Well, you're going down like the rest of them.
You monsters screwed up big time today, as you chose to mess with the best crew to ever cross these skies. Ha! Not too bad, not too bad.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. How could I ever thank you?
You want to thank someone? Thank him. I gestured toward Kent. The man's face filled with shame as the irony dawned on him.
So it was you, huh? Hey, listen. I'm sorry about earlier. I could have heard you out.
After the merchant left, I wanted to focus on the next goal at hand, putting some wind back in the Nautilus's sails. So I proceeded to do some intelligent and, dare I say, brilliant thinking on the topic when Kent asked what I was talking about. Whoops. Must have been thinking out loud again. You just wait and see.
Good day.
How many times do I gotta say it? Getting parts to fix the Nautilus out here in the boonies is next to impossible.
I've never been good with women. My words never come out quite the way I mean for them to. I thought maybe Miss Mechanic would be on board, but I probably shouldn't be doing this behind Kent's back anyway.
I'm telling you, I've tried everything. Sure, I'd love to see her fly again, but it's time to... get real.
Hey, come on. That was against the rules. How was I supposed to keep a stern attitude against that blubbering mess? When I finally got a word in edgewise, I let her know I already had the parts she needed. Picked 'em up here and there, across Fanta Grande and Nala Grande. Here, this what you need? I'll cut you a deal.
Wait, how? Where in the skies did you find these?
Caught up in her excitement, she leapt at me. Whoa, not so close, Missy. Of course, she paid me no regard. It was the parts she had her eyes on.
Some modifications here and there, I could... Yeah. I can't believe it. The dream is alive.
Yep, the dream was alive. She didn't have to say it. The look on her face was enough. All that hubbub from earlier was nowhere to be found. After forking over the payment, she happily took the spare parts off my hands. She also made sure to plant a big fat kiss on my cheek before scurrying off. Sheesh, at least warn a guy beforehand, right? Women, I swear. In any case, the winds were starting to blow back in their favor.
Rackham, there you are. I've got huge news. Listen to this.
It was clear from Kent's smile that the repairs on the Nautilus were going smoothly, thanks to a mechanic friend of his. Well, ain't that something? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't impressed. Those parts weren't the easiest to work with. Not bad, Miss McKay.
Rackham, sir? My friend told me she got the parts from a traveling Skyfarer. Had 3-day-old scruff and a little swagger to him. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Huh. Well, I keep my scruff in an elegant chin strap. Thank you very much. Not sure I sounded very convincing, trying to play off his answer, but I'm a helmsman, not an actor. Ha! But just another performance or two, and the Nautilus would be skybound once more.
I once gave up being a Skyfarer. Also, I could take up arms to protect my home island, Auguste. Man, she was special. You see, there aren't too many places in Fana Grande with oceans, much less ones as gorgeous and pristine as Auguste's. And I'd be damned if I stood by as the Erste Empire sullied its waters with the byproducts of their weapons research. It goes without saying that I enlisted. Good thing, too, because it was in the midst of the ensuing war that I met the Grand Cipher crew. They helped us, the local mercenaries, I mean, take a stand against those Imperial punks. It wasn't a picnic, but we weren't gonna go down without a fight. In the end, the war wasn't decided by either side, but by the patron deity of the land, Leviathan, who damn near drowned Auguste in a fit of rage. Anybody's troubles would have seemed small compared to a battle like that, huh? Well, not long after, as if irony was waiting to bite me on the ass, my estranged daughter showed up out of the blue. I know what you're thinking. What kind of parent wouldn't rejoice at seeing their child again? But it's complicated, and it's all my fault. Man, the way Apollonia looked at me, like a wolf staring down her bunny-eared breakfast. I couldn't face her. But this crew, there was something about their vitality. You know? Here were these young'uns standing against impossible odds and coming out stronger for it. Maybe if this old man took good notes, he could eventually have an honest conversation with his own baby girl. So, I asked to join the crew and took up a life of skyfaring once again. The next time my daughter and I met, I wouldn't let fear and regret keep me from moving forward. How'd me and my daughter end up estranged? Well, the first thing you need to know is that my wife was stricken by a terminal illness. I refused to listen to the doctors. Terminal my foot. Even if there was no cure in Auguste, surely there ought to have been something in other lands. And so, I left my family at home, crisscrossing the skies looking for a cure. Got into a lot of adventures along the way, and somehow ended up making a name for myself. But no matter how far and wide I traveled, the cure eluded me. And while I was away, my wife, she breathed her last. I wasn't there for her when she needed me most. I never even got the chance to say goodbye. Regret and self-loathing crashed over me in never-ending waves, threatening to pull me under. You can't even begin to imagine the pain. And there was nothing I could do about it. It was all my daughter spent countless days looking after her sick mother, fighting off fear and dread. It's not hard to imagine why she hates me. She must have asked herself time and again, why was her father gallivanting across the skies while his family suffered? By the time I finally came home, she was long gone. There were no other relatives to turn to. The only family she'd known was no more. All I could do was stand, dazed and helpless, in the cold, empty shell of the home we'd made. After that, 15 years passed. I met the captain, and through my travels with the crew, reunited with my daughter. This might surprise you, but we didn't have a tearful, touching father-daughter reunion the second time around either. I spent so long telling myself that the next time we met, I'd face up to my past. But when the moment came, I froze. What could I possibly say or do for her as a father after all this time? Any courage I'd mustered withered in the face of her scorn, and I was left standing there, feeling like an old bastard. Sometime after this heartwarming reunion, I bonded with Leviathan, and through our link, saw glimpses of what lay in my daughter's heart. I thought I had escaped all those painful memories, but here they were. In that world created by the pact with Leviathan, my wife was still alive. I saw how things might have been if I had done things differently. Of course, I knew none of this was real. I would rather stay in a world of memory than live in a cold, lonely reality without her. But she wasn't having any of that. She said I couldn't sacrifice my future to dwell in the past. She made me promise to fix things between myself and our daughter. Said she'd boot me out of the ocean if I came back without completing my task. Her words finally gave me the push I needed to face my past and start on the path to a brighter future. They gave me the strength to fight for my daughter in her hour of need. And I'd like to think that I finally did something fatherly, if only just the once. Of course, I don't expect our relationship to be mended with one conversation or act of bravery. But little by little, I think we're getting there. When Tempeal was hit by a devastating storm, refugees flocked to the safe haven of Folka. We heard the news and docked on the island, which was buzzing with activity. It was clear all hands were needed on deck as reconstruction efforts got underway. So we walked through the city, looking out for opportunities to help. That's when we saw a distressed young draft. We didn't know the details, but it was plain as day that something wasn't right. He was stumbling around, eyes unfocused, and staring into space. I couldn't shake the feeling that we shouldn't leave him on his own. So we ended up trailing him. We came to the edge of a cliff. Though the morning sun shone on our faces, a frigid wind blew down our backs. The draft just stood at the edge, staring at something only he could see. Hey, careful there! With a wind whipping around like this, you might lose your footing. The draft whirled around, taken off guard. After a while, he looked away, shrugging.
Thanks for your concern.
You look like you've got something on your mind. If you want a friendly ear, you've got him here.
I guess I do.
He smiled, though the expression didn't reach his eyes. The draft introduced himself as Karzeda. Back in Tempeal, he was a jeweler's apprentice.
My childhood friend was caught up in that storm. I was in love with her. Could never get up the courage to tell her. And now it's too late.
Karzeda bit down on his lip, as if he was trying to hold back his despair. He went on, telling us that he'd hit a slump in his apprenticeship. Nothing he did could gain his master's approval. His frustration boiled over, and he got into a rip-roaring fight with his friend. Hurt, she fled from the workshop. He didn't go after her.
I wish I had, because that's the day the storm came.
Karzeda's face twisted in agony. He made a mistake, and it ended up costing him someone dear. I could understand all too well. Garzeda stared at the sunbeams as they illuminated the cliffside. His eyes were watering, and not just from the sun's rays.
When we were kids, we made a promise. Once I became a proper jeweler, I'd share my most treasured secret with her. Cowardly, yes, but that was the only way I could tell her how I felt.
It all made sense now. His deepest, darkest regret was putting off telling her what was in his heart for so long.
We made that promise ages ago. I wouldn't have been surprised if she forgot all about it.
Garzeda paused, as if remembering something. He lifted his gaze to the sky, then continued.
Oh, right. I have to go back to the mines in Tempeal. There are keepsakes of hers there. I don't think she can move on without them.
I could tell how important this was to him. But when the people fled Tempeal, a horde of monsters moved right on in. Actually, forget the fiends. Garzeda wasn't in shape to go anywhere right now. What do these keepsakes look like? I can head to the mines and track him down for you. Considering his condition, I wasn't about to give him room to argue. Besides, I know all about not being able to share the important stuff with a loved one while there's still time. There's so much I didn't get to tell my family. Even now, thinking of our old house makes my heart ache something fierce. That day, there was no one to greet me when I opened the door. Seeing the cold remains of my home tore open a void in my heart. But you know what? I managed to keep going because my friends were there for me. This time it was my turn to support someone who needed it. The keepsake should be somewhere around here. Might as well inspect the mine shafts as we go too.
Whoa! The place is crawling with goblins!
Can't just let them run amok. Time to get to work. They act like they own the place. Sorry, but you're gonna have to move. Who invited you to the party?
This'll show
The leash is off now!
Watch out! That one's gotta go!
You picked the wrong guy to have a shooting contest with. Garzeda's counting on us to find those keepsakes. Watering can, a shovel. These are the keepsakes.
Huh? Did you hear that? Whoa! More goblins! And look at the size of that one!
Ready to make some music?
Thanks. We got the big one. I think we can rest easy.
Great! Let's head back to town.
Sheesh, the place was crawling with goblins. Good thing we came instead of Garzeda. Garzeda said his friend loved flowers. Tempeal's soil was harsh and didn't lend itself to flora. But her dream was to grow a variety of flowers and let them bloom all over the land. Knowing how much her dream meant to her, Garzeda wanted to bring her gardening tools back and place them in front of her grave. His hands were trembling when I passed them over.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
He was so choked with emotion that each word sounded pained, like thorns sticking in his throat. I kept my eyes on him. It felt like if I looked away for even a second,
he'd fade into the great blue beyond. He was still grappling with his hurt. You wanted to say goodbye to her properly, right? Come on, I'll go with you. I slapped him on the shoulder, silently willing him to pull himself together.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Karzeda hugged the tools tightly against his chest, his teeth biting down hard on his lip. It broke my heart. Seeing someone so young deal with such overwhelming tragedy. The least I could do was help him see this through.
Good day.
Just as we arrived at the cemetery, the clouds opened up, unleashing a torrent of rain. The blue sky was gone, painted over by a steely, unforgiving gray. Looking around, I saw that there were others paying their respects at different plots. Like Karzeda, they probably lost loved ones to the storm. As soon as he laid eyes on the mound of earth in front of him, the dam broke. Karzeda's shoulders heaved with his sobs.
Why didn't I say those awful things? There were so many more important things I wanted to tell you, but
He sank to his knees, crippled with grief. His fist beat at the earth, sending drops of muddy water splashing onto his face.
I didn't want that to be our last conversation. If I hadn't blown up, if we hadn't fought, I only wanted to see you smile, but I made you cry.
All I could do was watch over Karzeda as he poured out the feelings he'd held back for so long. Let it out, son. It's the only way to get through it. After the visit, we made our way to a tavern. We could hear the rain beating down on the establishment. It was still day, but the sky was dark as night. Karzeda ordered the stiffest drink they had and downed it in one gulp.
My friend once showed me a flower and said that each one symbolizes something. At the time, I didn't get it, and I had other things on my mind, so I never bothered looking it up.
He shook his head, saying that he'd wished he had treasured those small, everyday moments with her. Each word struck me like a blow, reminding me of my own failures.
How am I supposed to live with this regret? It's like the storm outside, pounding on me until I give in and let it sweep me away.
I mulled over his question for a while before opening my mouth. I'm not the right person to answer that. Only your friend knows.
But how? She's...
So I told Karzeda about my wife, and about the agony of losing her. All the things I'd hoped for, things we could do as a family, were no longer possible. The chasm of remorse threatened to swallow me whole. I couldn't imagine things getting better. Not then, not ever. But I was still alive. Unlike my wife, I still had a future. Didn't that obligate me to move forward, to find meaning in being left behind, and try to fulfill what she wanted for me? Didn't that apply to Karzeda? You want me to go with you? To find that flower, I mean? Maybe finding it would give him the answers he needed.
Do you think we can find the flower? That sounds like a good idea.
Karzeda spoke haltingly, as if remembering the times he shared with his beloved friend. She'd always loved flowers. Tempeal was a land forged by its mines, and its climate wasn't suitable for flowers. But that wasn't going to stop her. As if that thread of memory had unspooled another. Karzeda said that his friend mentioned having a secret flower garden, but she hadn't told him the location, so he wasn't sure where to begin looking.
Sometimes she'd head out to a forest near Folka. If the garden's anywhere, it's probably somewhere in there.
It might be a long shot, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. I drained the last of my glass. We stepped out of the tavern. The rain had stopped. The air was humid, but the sun was a welcome sight after the rain. I squinted up at the brilliant blue sky. There, arcing over the forest, was a large rainbow.
Please come again. Which will it be? Have a good day.
Right there.
Yep, hey there.
Indeed. Thank you so much.
What you in the market for? Not everyone gets to see the good stuff, you know. What you think? Pretty squishy, huh? Good luck out there.
Tulips, daisies, orchids. Spruce up your home with some new color.
I'll take a little of this. Seems useful.
Okay. Alright. Huh?
Now then. This'll come in handy. There we go.
Plus. And also.
And also.
How do you do? Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'm mad.
There we go. Oh my. Now what do we have here? Not bad.
Slashing all my prices in half. Right place.
Thank you so much.
So then...
I'll take a little of this.
Okay.
Welcome! I don't got it. Incredible!
Yes.
Oh no.
All right, let's go.
This world is precious. I mean, even the god of destruction can't bear to lose it. Our bodies might be mortal, but our hearts are infinite. Though he's in a dark place right now, I hope Id doesn't lose sight of that. But even if he does, I'll open his eyes again. This crew, will never abandon someone we care about. The sunrise spills over the Grand Cipher as we rush on the winds, chasing the sorrowful cries of a faraway dragon.
Let me help you.
Me too.
Thanks for the support. I won't waste it! The spell is perfect. And yet... It seems the binding is only half effective. Captain, the rest is up to you. You must save it.
far from the sigil while it's still in effect. I'll maintain the spell for as long as possible, but we're in a race against time. Hold nothing back!
I've trained endlessly so I can protect this crew. I swear on my sword, you will not take it or the skies from us!
I owe you one.
Bahamut Versa represents both creation and destruction. Its aubergine wings drive the evolution of all beings. Life gives way to death, and death begets life. Our attempts to intervene with this process may have far-reaching consequences, but I want to believe in the limitless potential of Sky Dwellers. I want to believe you can rewrite even the laws of reality.
Hey, now you're protecting me!
It's hurting really bad. Sad and empty. We haven't known each other for too long, but I can feel it. We wouldn't want things to end like this. We just have to save him.
Whoa! Who cares if you're stuck inside Bahamut? I'll bust you out myself if I have to.
You monster!
Id, you were betrayed by the woman who raised you, made into a dragon's vessel for 15 years. And yet you, a mere mortal, survived. If I should fail to rescue you, I don't think I shall ever forgive myself for the rest of my long, long life. In the past, I had merely existed. It wasn't until you Sky Dwellers let me into your hearts that I learned what it was to live. Unlike immortals, you are capable of change and growth. All I want is to be a part of that. To help you build a glowing future. As an astral, I am also to blame for the failures of my people. And I swear to you now, I will set things right again.
I don't like to admit it, but gods are a little beyond our skill level. We need more firepower.
I think you mean dragon power. Lyria, do you feel up to summoning Bahamut?
Okay, just give me some time.
Got it! Attack!
Great
Devastation!
Yeah, we got him.
Let's just focus on the path ahead.
Hit the back!
It's the light of the apocalypse. The fire of doomsday. Its power is transcendent. If the attack lands, all the skies will be obliterated.
Stay alert!
Something! You know you don't want this yet, so hurry and wake up!
I've got them! You are a blessing. Your time's up! We'll conclude this!
You halted the charge! But it's already stored up considerable energy.
Quit trying to fry us, dangnabbit!
Everyone, gather around me!
Get to Lyria, now!
I'll keep you all safe, I promise!
They're alive! Lyria, you did it!
Bahamut! No! Time to turn the table!
Not quite!
I'll hold Versa back! Don't worry about saving him!
Unless my eyes deceive me, Id under all this
Hey, now you're protecting
He's been
me!
tainted by Versa's destructive urges. But it seems his body and soul are still in one piece. And that means there's still hope. If you can sever the spiritual shackles that bind Id to Versa, he'll come back.
Got sights on him.
Look out for any large attacks! The time is right!
Catalina!
I'm here!
No, open yourself, man! Can't let the world end here! You haven't even had a chance to live your own life yet!
Live my own life.
You're finished!
Bring it! Prominence flare!
I've got them! In one second! Understood!
What in the...
No. Versa is trying to take full control of its body.
Well, we're not gonna let that happen.
Thanks, Lyria.
Watch my back. Got it.
After you.
Oh, yeah. Incoming.
Fighting cold! Keep them back! Devastation! The time is right. Withdraw if you're injured! No escape! Close comb!
I worried you. I'm sorry.
What's wrong?
Hey, now you're protecting me.
I've got them.
Slash it back. This'll show up. Speed her down.
Ready yourself. Feel the fight. It's over! Enough of you! Open!
All me!
Fighting cold! Keep them back! Nothing I can guard! I need your power! Get them, Ares! We'll conclude this! The time is right!
Thanks, Lyria.
You're mine!
Right where I want. Its mind is growing more and more fractured. You need to bring it back now!
Prepare! All support! Devastation!
I guess so.
You're not wrong. The time is right. Keep them back! The time is right. Did we do it? Get them, Ares!
I won't let you!
He's starting to break free from Versa! Just a little more!
Hey, Bud, why don't we give him a wake-up call?
Got it!
Ed, come back to us!
Try not to move!
I thank you.
Lyria!
Versa still has a hold on Id. But now that he's human again, you have one last chance to wrest him completely free.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
You should at least believe in yourself, Doofus. Think back to when you were fighting to protect the sky. Did that feel like a lie to you? No, because that was what you actually wanted.
Broken blade!
Whenever you feel confused, just follow your heart. The bright regions carry pieces. At least you'll know you're being true to yourself.
On guard! Ares! Go through the race!
This you have to remember!
I want to be a defender to all of you, to Lyria, to the skies!
What's that giant rift? It must be the gate to Versa's home dimension! Versa is now a manifestation of sheer power, with no vessel to contain it. It won't be able to linger in this world much longer. If you can just weather these next attacks, the day is yours!
Right. If I can get rid of Versa, I finally find the closure.
Help is on the way!
All right, Versa.
Sorry.
See how you like a taste of your own medicine. Use your powers against...
Even though there's so much at stake, I feel brave.
strangely calm.
We're veteran Skyfarers. This ain't our first apocalyptic rodeo, and it won't be our last.
If I had a rupee for every immortal glass we picked, I could probably buy my own island by now.
I don't mean to get muddy, but I'm really proud to be a part of this crew.
I feel the same way. I won't let anything happen to you or our world.
Our journey can't end here.
It's not water. We're gonna kick some dragon tail and go on sailing to the end of the sky.
Winter's rain!
Watch this.
One's not ready himself. Bring it! Gangers! I need your power!
Understood.
The truth hurts. All that I've suppressed in the back of my mind. Damn it. I should have realized it sooner. No use running anymore. I am who I am.
An evil dragon. Child of darkness and flames.
My name is... Amazing. Absolutely amazing. You've suppressed Versus Core and driven it back to its home dimension.
Is everyone safe now?
Thanks for everything.
You can buy me some apples on the way back.
We're still not done. Leave this to me.
Wait! Where do you think you're going? Forgive me.
Kids these days, you two are totally nuts.
worry. I'll be back soon.
Oh, good. I was so worried.
What's the big idea? Don't you ever do that again! How do you think we'd feel if you never came back, huh? I mean, if it wasn't for Fix-It, dude, you'd be...
That's rolling to you, Bert.
You okay, man? Where are you?
Good question. Someplace far away?
Hey, this ain't the time for jokes.
He and Bahamut are trapped on another plane.
Think of it as a sliver between dimensions. Still, considering his transceiver seems to be working...
For now. Sadly, I think my time's almost up. The line's going to get cut earlier than I'd hoped. Thought I'd still be able to open a gate from here. Guess not.
Isn't there anything we can do?
Sure, just stay calm. No need to worry about little old me. I'm Mr. Fix-It, remember? There's no jam I can't get myself out of, you know. I'll make it.
One last thing. So until I get back...
It's in the room after left if you could check in on the people of Focus. I don't want them losing sleep over me to be stuck in this,
Don't go, Fix-It, dude!
That's where we bumped into Roland when we first arrived in the Zega Grande Skydom.
I have to atone.
Huh?
For Mother's crimes. And mine.
Come on, no need to beat yourself up, kid.
That's right. We couldn't have resolved this without you.
Kid, you saved all of us. In my opinion, deep down, you knew you were fighting to help the skies. I'm sure of it. So, it's not really about atonement. I know it's been tough recently. But I think the Sky Realm is better than it was before.
Let's visit Falca. Couldn't hurt.
I'm in!
You good?
Oh, wait. Don't let me off so easy. You all deserve an apology.
Come on. Cut the formality. We already said it was fine, right? You're one of us now. Got me?
Setting course for Einstedo Archipelago. Full speed ahead to beautiful Volga.
Of course, I'll never forget everything you've done. Never, ever. And when we find Roland, we'll give him the thanks he deserves.
We've met so many people in the Zega Grande Skydome. New friends. New allies. We saw a man torn in two by family and betrayal. We were saved by an immortal who found beauty in our changing world. Through loss and adversity, our resolve brought Lyria and I closer than ever before. Yet this story is far from over. A good friend is still out there, waiting for us to come get him. As for our journey, there's still much to see. To the ends of the skies, where the stars reside. Someday, we will reach Estalucia.
You gazed at the sky while the wind whistled along. Why did you both cry when the sun said goodbye? Still you gazed by your lonesome, even as rainfall drowned out the stars. The world is beautiful, full of so many things to see. But if more rain will come tomorrow, let's stay inside, please. Good night, good night. Sleep tight and rest your wings. Sleep tight and rest your wings.
Ugh. We finally made it back. Well, what are we gonna do now?
I think we should start by finding Roland's house.
If memory serves, he was living at the church. But why the sudden interest?
The church. Got it.
Man, he didn't even answer you. Guess we still need to work on his people skills.
Well, at least we know where he went. We should go see what he's thinking. Let's kick some tail!
Skyfarers, want your sigils improved? Success. How about that? Success. How about that? Good. Sigil enhancement? Got it. Don't forget about upkeep. Let's talk. I'll make a decision once I see what you've got. Your weapons won't betray you.
I smell a new mission.
Oh my. Now then. Oh my.
Let's kick some tail. Baddies ain't got nothing on you.
Come right up, folks. Feast your eyes on my incredible merchandise. Hey there.
I smell a new mission. Mission complete.
You'll love what you see.
We've got lunch specials. Good.
Yes, can I help you? Here it is. Have a nice day.
Come right up, folks. Feast your eyes on my incredible merchandise.
And also,
All right.
Now what do we have here? Not bad. There we go. I'll take a little of this.
What you doing here, Ed?
Looking for a way to save Roland.
This place is replete with his memory.
We really appreciate it, Ed. You chipping in to rescue Roland.
I owe him just as much as you do. More, even.
I feel bad intruding on his home without permission, but there might be clues around. Wanna help us search?
Hello there. Did I hear you mention Roland?
Huh? Oh, yeah. You a friend of his, too?
So my ears didn't deceive me. We've met before, remember? At the docks of Tempeel.
Oh, you're the guy that told us about hallowed ground.
The very same. But, back to Roland. Would you happen to know where he is? I can't seem to get in touch.
Oh, he's...
He's somewhere far away.
Yeah, really far. It'll probably take him a while to get back.
That's fine. I just wanted to be sure he was safe. Knowing Roland, he'll probably wander in through that door when we need him most. Though, to be honest, I hope that's sooner rather than later.
Why's that? Something wrong?
Well, as you may know, in addition to being a vicar, Roland was the local Mr. Fix-It. And I'm not just talking repairs. Monster hunting, herb picking, he was a real lifesaver. But now that Roland's gone, there's tons of work that's going unfinished.
I'll do it.
Huh?
I'll take up his mantle.
Ah, this is so painful to watch. Will somebody please teach this kid to speak like a normal person?
I think Ed meant to say he just wants to be helpful now that Roland's gone. Right, Ed?
Right.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. But, how do I put this? We were comfortable asking Roland for favors because we trusted him. While you certainly look like an upstanding young man, you're still a stranger. No offense.
But
We'll help out too.
Great idea. Hey, mister, we aren't strangers. What if we tagged along?
Well, all right, if you insist. I have to say, though, you've done so much for our city. I feel guilty piling more work on you.
You sure about this, Captain?
No problem. The more the merrier.
For sure. There's no way we'd let you pick up the slack all by yourself.
Yeah.
Well, now that everything's settled, I'll forward all our jobs to the Crew Alliance Reform. Whenever you feel like taking something on, head over to the quest counter. Thank you again, and best of luck.
Got an order? All right, let's get to it. Don't forget about upkeep.
Come to view the requests? What do you think? All right, see you.
Hey, it's everyone's favorite crew. Perfect timing, as usual. Truth is, I just put out an urgent cry for help. We got a caravan strong-armed by goblins in Skyworm Valley. I'm looking for folks to beat off the half-beasts and retrieve the stolen goods. Might be a tough battle, but think you can head out now?
Yeah.
Knew I could count on you. Take care of yourselves, you hear?
Ready.
Today's its big fixer-upper debut. Let's all do our best to help him.
Find the goblins, recover the supplies. Sounds simple enough.
It will be. Combat's your forte, isn't it?
And there's our gobbers.
I'll make this quick.
Perfect.
Come on! You're through! You're not a bad guardian.
Feat at your hand pushed me to improve myself. Now's our chance!
Sure.
Let me at him! Nice teamwork.
You're easy to follow.
Look out! Here comes the backup brigade!
We'll manage. Keep picking them off.
Dang it. Glad you're on our side now. This is a cakewalk.
You hear that, It?
I'll be of help.
Oh, that's that. Let's grab the stuff and get out of here.
This should be it. Let's move on.
Something's watching us. Stay sharp.
More goblins. But they shouldn't be much of a threat.
I don't know. Kind of weird they're attacking with such a small band.
Agreed. Though I don't sense reinforcements. Great work, everyone.
Hell yeah!
It's called Skyward Valley for a reason. Brace yourselves, everyone.
Sure explains why there weren't many goblins.
No, local goblins should know how to defend themselves against wyverns. Must be more at play.
Look at this!
After you!
Oh yeah!
Down! Try not to move!
Oh shit! That takes care of the flying lizard, but no sign of the stuff we came
Not
for.
over
We'll
yet.
just have to keep looking.
Good.
Let's go.
Let's see. Not bad.
You ain't so tough. Blast him!
You're mine! Take this!
Okay. Y'all keep me young.
Leave it to me.
No problem.
To the front!
You have my
On my mark! Hip!
Do you guys ever wonder how Roland was handling all these quests by himself?
Don't mind
He
if I do.
certainly has a knack for them, doesn't he? You really can leave it to Mr. Fix-It.
Hey, did you guys see that? Something big just flew by.
Not part of the brief, not part of our problem.
Another goblin. Let's take it out before it notices us. Not bad.
Even the playing field.
Hit them down!
What's this?
More of them. Here they come.
Something's wrong. They're all running.
Let's do
Nothing
this.
from us.
Doesn't matter. We came here to do one thing.
Think you can keep
Destroy them. Unbound!
Another goblin band? What gives?
I don't know, but it looks like our hunch was right.
You're finished! Prepare yourself!
That was the last one. Now let's retrieve those supplies.
That's 2 of 3 accounted for. So now we should have just one more.
Didn't know you were such a poet. That wasn't half bad.
Oh, Catalina, you sounded just like Piero.
Wait, no, my sense of humor is far less pun-like.
Let's see. I don't get it. Something humorous.
All right, enough messing around. There's the last supply pack.
We have to take out these goblins first.
We'll beat her
Just what I need.
Back off! Looking good.
What was that? Stay alert!
No way! Nobody said anything about a griffin!
Well, this explains why the goblins were fleeing. No one wants to be griffin lunch.
Wasn't in the request. Can't have it stirring up any more monsters. In which case, better take it down.
Hey, now you're starting to sound like a real Mr. Fix-It.
Here goes!
You're dust.
Look no further!
Understood.
Not good!
Proceed with caution!
My turn now! Oigan!
I got him.
Keep it up and the day will be ours!
There's no telling what it will do with this back corner. Be careful.
He's right.
We've worn it down. A few more shots and Bird Brain is done for.
I'll finish this!
Right. On its last leg. Get him, man. On it.
Keep it back! Just like...
We did it! Ha-ha! That sure was an adventure!
Mission, quest complete. Now to bring the items back to the client.
Yeesh, you're all business, huh?
Go easy on him. He's still new to all this.
Hey, I heard about the job. Thanks a million.
You know, I think Id would make a great Mr. Fix-It until Roland comes back.
I'd be a fool if I turned down someone who's garnered your seal of approval, Id. The citizens of Tempeel would be honored if you kept serving our city. And I'm sorry that I ever doubted you.
Why be sorry?
I think Id meant to say that you don't need to apologize. That he's happy to help. Right, Id?
Yeah.
Lyria, when did you learn to speak Id?
I mean, doesn't he remind you of a certain someone?
Right? I've heard rocks who talk more than these two.
Wait, really?
Yeah. You mostly just go, mm-hmm, and and stuff until you need to make a decision.
Exactly. You might not talk the talk, but you certainly walk the walk. I know this city will be safe in your hands.
They never would have trusted me without your help. So thank you.
No worries. Let's make Roland proud.
We owe that guy our lives. Least we could do is help him with the housekeeping.
Yep. Not to mention, we even found his journal. Talk about a coinky-dink.
It truly is a priceless keepsake. His memories are etched across these pages.
He must have been super busy putting out fires to drop this and not even notice.
I don't know. Our boy Roland sounds exactly like the type to have his head in the clouds.
You know, if we keep running errands, maybe we'll find more of his belongings.
Good point. By retracing his footsteps, we could discover a way to rescue him.
Speaking of his footsteps, Id, if I may, there's one point I would like to emphasize.
What?
Skill wasn't the only reason Roland was so beloved. There was also the way he carried himself. How gentle he was.
That's for sure. I'd ask Roland for directions in a heartbeat. On the other hand, you always look like you just sniffed a garbage can.
So what should I do?
You could try smiling more?
Okay.
That's how someone would smile if they were sitting on hot coal.
Oh, I know! Id, why don't you try acting like Roland? We can start with how he talked. Just leave it to Mr. Fix-It. Now your turn.
Just leave it to Mr. Fix-It.
Wow.
We've got a long way to go.
That wasn't so bad. What's next?
Couldn't resist my help?
What are you waiting for?
Welcome! Not everyone gets to see the good stuff, you know. We have a wide selection of signature Dahlia badges for special treasures. Knick-knack vouchers never go out of fashion, do they? Have vouchers? We'll transmute! Does someone want to trade in their Dahlia badges? Appreciate the support!
Come to view the requests? What do you think? This one, yes? Would you take this one? I can make the arrangements at once. It's in your hands now.
Wipe them out.
You ain't so tough.
Ready yourself! Pin them down! Thanks! Winch follow through! Say goodnight!
We turned the tide.
I guess so.
I trust you with my life.
Right! Bolster the ranks! No escape!
Don't move a muscle.
Look at ready yourself! In one fell blow! Get him! I've got them!
We're unstoppable.
I hear you.
Devastation!
I owe you much.
The time...
Looking good.
In one fell blow! You're mine! Let's finish them! I've got them!
Let's end this.
You have my blade!
Leave it to me. Understood.
Sweet.
You monster!
Stay focused.
No more! Pin them down! It's over! Frozen Blade! We'll conclude this! I need your power! Come, Ares! In one fell...
Ready to run away, bud.
Looking good.
You are a blessing.
It's go time.
It's over!
That all?
In one fell blow! Cut them down!
Got sights on them.
Mighty core!
I won't fail you.
I'm here! Realm of Ice! Oigan!
I got him. Your time's
Good!
The
time is right.
Captain! I'm right here!
The time's up! Devastation!
Bring it! Prominence Flare!
Nothing I can't keep them back. Understood.
Don't have to tell me.
Mighty cold! One fell blow! Get them, Ares! Enchanted lands! I'll take the flank!
Hell of a warm-up, huh?
Oh, the fun's just beginning, Rackham. In one fell blow!
Bring up the big guy! Looking good! Right where I want him!
Frozen blade! Follow me!
After you! No problem!
On me! I need your power! We'll conclude this! The time is right! Keep them back! Fighting cold! Fantastic! On guard! I need your power! Devastation! The time is right! Keep them back! Fighting cold! Bolster the ranks! Try this!
What's wrong?
You're finished! Follow through! Take this!
Oh, that should be the last of them, which means
Now
quest
then.
complete.
Not bad. Now what do we have here? This'll come in handy. Stay near. I'll protect you.
It looks like you've got the hang of handyman work now, Id.
You think so?
I know so. Everyone in town says they can come to you with their problems. What can I do you for? Hey, you better nab those lemons. We have a wide selection. Appreciate the support.
We've got lunch specials. Good. Bye from me.
Right then.
Right.
Yeah.
Welcome, folks. Yeah, could be worse. If you come across any more curious,
Excuse me.
talk to.
What's this? First, we'll need a key.
Oh dear. That's exciting.
Huh?
Ready for some action?
I just got the counter. For a limited time only, I'm slashing all my prices in half.
Haha! Let's hit some tail!
Looking for that special...